Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, June 29, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's Major League Baseball and WNBA games, look ahead to today's games in each sport. We have Major League Soccer to talk about today as well. We have the Wimbledon from yesterday, looking ahead to today's games. We'll go over the tee times and make a pick for the John Deere Classic. NBA offseason predictions. That's going to be a lot of fun. News and notes and best bet. We're going to start with Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Doubleheader game 1, Guardians over the Twins 3-2, Braves over the Phillies 5-3, Yanks over the A's 2-1, Nats over the Pirates 3-1, Blue Jays over the Red Sox 6-5 on a walk-off not a two-run single, just a one-run single by Vlad Jr. Astros over the Mets 9-1, Brewers over the Rays 5-3, Twins over the Guardians 6-0 in doubleheader game 2, Cards over the Marlins 5-3, Reds over the Cubs 5-3, Rangers over the Royals 8-3, Rocks over the Dodgers 7-4. So best bet barely wins. White Sox over the Angels 11-4, D-backs over the Padres 7-6 on a walk-off fielder's choice by Christian Walker. Giants over the Tigers 4-3. And the Mariners over the Orioles 2-0. Now we look ahead to today's games. 12 o'clock, you have the Brewers and the Rays. Eric Lauer and Jalen Beeks. It's an interesting game. Rays minus 142, Brewers plus 120, over under 8, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Brewers plus 1/2 is minus 184, Rays minus 1/2 is plus 152. For this game, I'm going to go with the under, but I don't feel good about it. 1 o'clock, you have the A's at the Yankees, Cole Irvin and Jamison Tyone. Yanks minus 295, A's plus 240, over under 8, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. A's plus 1/2 is plus 112, Yankees minus 1/2 is minus 134. Both these guys have been pretty good this year. I like the under. Pirates, Nats, Mitch Keller, and Paolo Espino. Nats minus 136, Pirates plus 116, over under 9, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Pirates plus 1/2 is minus 176, Nats minus 1/2 is plus 146. Mitch Keller has actually been a little bit better of late. Espino has been really good. I'm going under since the third consecutive under. Astros, Mets, Justin Verlander, and Taijuan Walker. Astros minus 130, Mets plus 110, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Astros minus 1/2 is plus 128, Mets plus 1/2 is minus 154. I love the Mets. 56.6% according to ESPN Analytics, and they're plus 110. 2 o'clock, Rangers, Royals, Dane Dunning, and Zach Greinke. Rangers minus 130, Royals plus 110, over under 9.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Rangers minus 1/2 is plus 128, Royals plus 1/2 is minus 154. I'm going to go with the Royals as a home underdog, plus 110. 3:30, Padres, Diamondbacks, Mike Clevenger and Madison Bumgarner. Padres minus 134, D-backs plus 114, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Padres minus 1/2 is plus 126, D-backs plus 1/2 is minus 152. I'm going with the over. Although the Diamondbacks are intriguing as a home dog. 3:45, Tigers, Giants, Ronny Garcia and Alex Wood. Giants minus 205, Tigers plus 172, over under 8, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Tigers plus 1/2 is minus 125. Giants minus 1/2 is plus 104. Giants run line, plus 104 is the pick. 4 o'clock, Orioles, Mariners, Austin Voth and Chris Flexen. Mariners minus 156, Orioles plus 132, over under 8, overs minus 108, unders minus 112. Orioles plus 1/2 is minus 154. Mariners minus 1/2 is plus 128. Over. 7 o'clock, Braves, Phillies, Kyle Wright and Ranger Suarez. Braves minus 142, Phillies plus 120, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Braves minus 1/2 is plus 122, Phillies plus 1/2 is minus 146. Phillies are 58% to win at plus 120. Phillies are the pick. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Nick Pivetta and Alek Manoah. Blue Jays minus 172. Red Sox plus 144. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 146. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 122. I like the under in that game. I know it's weird liking an under in a Red Sox Blue Jay game. Twins Guardians. Dylan Bundy and Cal Quantrill. Guardians minus 116. Twins minus 102. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 152. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 184. So Twins favorite on the run line. Guardians favorite on the money line. I think the Guardians on the money line has to value minus 116. They're 62.9 according to ESPN Analytics. I'm laying to minus 116 with the Guardians. 7:45 Marlins Cardinals. Sandy Alcantara and Andre Palante. Marlins minus 126. Cardinals plus 108. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 140. Cardinals plus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm going with the Cardinals there. Plus 108 and 49.9 to win, according to ESPN Analytics. 8 o'clock, Reds Cubs. Hunter Green and Justin Steele. Cubs minus 144. Reds plus 122. Over under 8. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 178. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 146. I like the over. 8:30, Dodgers Rockies. Julio Urias and German Marquez. Dodgers minus 198. Rocks plus 166. Over under 11. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 134. Rocks plus 1.5 is plus 112. A little bit of a tough one, but I'm going to go with the under again. I don't feel great about it. And then 9:30, the White Sox and the Angels. Michael Kopech and Shohei Ohtani. Angels minus 190. White Sox plus 160. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 140. Angels minus 1.5 is plus 116. I'm going over 7.5 at minus 112. All right, now I'll move on to the WNBA. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Mystics over Dream 92-74. Mystics 13-9. Atlanta 8-11. In Commissioner's Cup, Lynx over the Wings 92-64. The Lynx are 6-14. The Wings are 9-11. 3 games today, including one at noon on NBA TV. It's the Commissioner's Cup game. The Sun in the Sky. It's a great game. Sun 13-6. Sky 13-5. Sky are favored by 3.5. Totals 166.5. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the under. 10 o'clock on NBA TV of the Fever and the Mercury. Fever 5-15. The Mercury 8-12. The Mercury favored by 7.5. Totals 165.5. I'm gonna go with the under in that one too. And on Prime Video at 10 o'clock, Commissioner's Cup game between the Aces and the Storm. That is a terrific game. Aces 14-4. Storm 11-7. The Storm favored by 2.5. Totals 165.5. I'm going to lay to 2.5 with the Seattle Storm at home against the Aces. All right, Major League Soccer. We have a interesting slate tonight for a Wednesday. 7 games. 7:30, you have Cincinnati hosting NYC FC. Cincinnati's plus 220. Draws plus 250. NYCFC's even money. We're going to go with NYCFC. Toronto, Columbus. Toronto's plus 150. Columbus is plus 150. Draw plus 240. Tough one, but we're going to go with the draw. 8 o'clock. Chicago hosts Philly. Chicago's plus 125 at home. Philly's 2-1. Draws plus 220. We're going to go with the draw. 10 o'clock, give Seattle hosting Montreal Impact. Seattle minus 150. Montreal plus 360. Draw plus 270. We're going to go under 2.5 goals, even money. 10:30, LA Galaxy hosting Minnesota. Galaxy minus 150. Minnesota plus 330. Draw plus 290. We're going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 128. LAFC Dallas. FC's minus 170. Dallas plus 370. Draw 3-1. We're going to go same thing. Under 2.5 goals plus 124. And then last but not least, Portland hosts Houston. Portland's minus 145. Houston's plus 340. Draw plus 270. For this one, we're going to go same play. Under 2.5 goals at plus 110. The next segment was recorded before all the action took place. Now I'm going to recap yesterday's Wimbledon action in each of the men's and the women's and look ahead to today's. We'll start with the men's first round results from yesterday. 11 seed Taylor Fritz over Lorenzo Musetti in 3 sets. Jason Kubler over 28 seed Dan Evans in 3 sets. Denis Novak over Facundo Bagnis in 4 sets. 17 seed Roberto Bautista Agut over Atia Balzas in 3 sets. Daniel Galan over Dominic Kofer in 3 sets. 4 seed Stefano Tsitsipas over Alexander Richard in 4 sets. Liam Brody over Lucas Klein in 5 sets. 13 seed Denis Shapovalov over Arthur Rinderknech in 5 sets. Brandon Nakashima over Nikola Kuhn in 4 sets. 12 seed Diego Schwartzman over Stefan Kozlov in 3 sets. Alistair Gray over Chunzin Zhang in 3 sets. Emil Ruusuvuori over Yoshihito Nishioka in 4 sets. 21 seed Botic van de Zolschip over Feliciano Lopez in 3 sets. Maxime Cressy upset 6 seed Felix Auger-Aliassime in 4 sets. Jordan Thompson over Berto Carballes Baena in 3 sets. 2 seed Rafael Nadal over Francisco Cerundolo in 4 sets. 27 seed Lorenzo Sonego over Denis Kudla in 5 sets. Jack Draper over Zizou Bergs in 3 sets. 26 seed Filip Krajinovic over Jiri Lecheka in 5 sets. Marcos Giron over Holger Rune in 3 sets. That was an upset. Rune is your 24 seed. Mackenzie McDonald over Nuno Borges in 3 sets. Jack Sock over Bernabe Zapata Morales in 3 sets. Hugo Gaston over Alexei Popran in 5 sets. Christian Garin over Elias Ymer in 3 sets. Benjamin Bonzi over Zdenek Kolar in 3 sets. Ricardas Barinkis over Sam Querrey in 3 sets. 29 seed Jensen Brooksby over Mikhail Kukushkin in 3 sets. 19 seed Alex Demeanor over Hugo Dillian in 3 sets. Alex Molcon over Pedro Martinez in 4 sets. Nick Kyrgios over Paul Jubb in 5 sets. Richard Gasquet over Joao Sosa in 5 sets. Hugo Greiner over Mark Andrea Husler in 5 sets. Steve Johnson over 18 seed Grigor Dimitrov in 2 sets and a walkover. Ryan Pennison over Henri Laxonen in 3 sets. 31 seed Sebastian Baez over Taro Daniel in 3 sets. David Goffin over Radu Albat in 3 sets. And first round matches canceled. Matteo Berrettini and Christian Garin. Borna Koric and 12 seed Diego Schwartzman. And Marin Cilic and Mackenzie McDonald. All right, now we look ahead to second round for today. You have Alejandro Tabillo and 25 seed Miomir Kakmovic. We're going to go Kakmovic in 4 sets. Ryan Pennison and Steve Johnson. We're going to go Steve Johnson in 4 sets. 23 seed Francis Tiafoe and Maximilian Martyr. We're going to go Tiafoe in 3. 3 seed Casper Rudd and Ugo Humbert. We're going to go Rudd in 4. David Goffin and 31 seed Sebastian Baez. We're going to go Baez in 5. 32 seed Oscar Ott and Chris Harris. We're going to go Ott in 3. Alexander Bublik and Dusan Lajovic. We're going to go Bublik in 5. 1 seed Novak Djokovic and Thanasi Kalkanakis. We're going to go Djokovic in 3. Jiri Vesely and Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. We're going to go Vesely in 4. 30 seed Tommy Paul and Adrian Matarino. We're going to go Tommy Paul in 4. 22 seed Nicolas Bashashvili and Quinton Hollies. We're going to go Bashashvili in 3. 10 seed Jannik Sinner and Mikael Ymer. We're going to go Sinner in 3. 9 seed Cameron Norrie and Jaume Munar. We're going to go Norrie in 3. Talent Greek Sport and 5 seed Carlos Alcaraz. We're going to go Alcaraz in 3. Andy Murray and 20 seed John Isner. We're going to go Isner in 5. And Tim Van Rijthoven and 15 seed Riley Opelka. We're going to go with Opelka in 3. Now, women's side. A ton of first round results to get to because of all the suspended ones. And then we'll look ahead to today's. There's 2 suspended actually today. Or I'm sorry, yesterday. You have Teresa Martinkova and Carolina Pliskova. And then 9 seed Gabriela Magruska and Greet Minin. And then finals, Petra Marchik upsets 3 seed Shelby Rogers in 2. Katie Bolter over Clara Burrell in 2. Kristina Kuchova and over Laura Pogossi in 2. Quen Zhang over Solane Stevens in 2. Anna Carolina Schmidlova over Becca Peterson in 3. Here's a big one. Harmony Tan over Serena Williams in 3. That was unexpected. Bianca Andreescu over Emma Betkas in 2. 17 Elena Rabenka over Coco Vandeweghe in 2. Magdalena French upsets 21 seed Camila Giorgi in 2. 32 seed Sarah Sobreras Tormo over Christina McHale in 2. 16 seed Simona Halep over Carolina Muchova in 2. 25 seed Petra Kvitova over Jasmine Paolini in 3. Arena Barra over Chloe Paquette in 2. Anna Bogdan over Diana Yastremka in 2. Kristen Flipkens over Jamie Forlis in 2. 20 seed Amanda Anisimova over Yue Yuan in 2. 4 seed Paula Badosa over Luisa Chiricio in 2. 1 seed Iga Swiatek over Jenna Fett in 2. Jill Teekman upsets, Alja Tomkovic upsets 18 seed Jill Teekman in 2. 11 seed Coco Gauff over Elena Gabriela Rus in 3. Lauren Davis over Madison Pringle in 2. Leslie Kirkove over Sonia Cartel in 3. 13 seed Barbara Krejcikova over Marina Zavenka in 2. 33 seed Sui Zhang over Niskay Doi in 2. Yanina Weckmeyer over Zulin in 2. 12 seed Jelena Ostapenko over Oshina Dodin in 2. Victorija Golbic over Andrea Petrovic in 2. Claire Liu over Nuria Parizas Diaz in 2. Victoria Tomova over Daria Savale in 3. Mihila Razreku over Natasha Shunk in 2. Elise Cornet over 27 seed Yulia Pinseva in 2. 5 seed Maria Sakkari over Zoe Hives in 2. Marta Kostyuk over Katie Swan in 3. Catherine Harrison over Artenka Russ in 2. And canceled matches, Xinu Wong and Amanda Anisimova, your 20 seed. Sonia Cartel and Danka Kovnovic. And a good one, 33 seed Sui Zhang and 17 seed Elena Rabenka. All right. Now we look at today's second round action. You have 29 seed Annalena Kalina and Lizia Sarenko. We're going to go with Kalina in 3. You have Sui Zhang, your 33 seed against Marta Kostyuk. We're going to go with Sui in 3. Donna Vetchik in 18, Jessica Pegula. We're going to go Pegula in 3. Rebecca Masarova and Harriet Dart. We're going to go Dart in 2. Julie Niemeyer and 2 seed Annette Kontaveit. We're going to go Kontaveit in 2. Tajana Maria in 2016. Serrana Sarista, we go Sarista in 2. Marie Buskova and On Lee, we go Buskova in 2. Yanina Wickmeyer in 12 seed. Jelena Ostapenko, we go Ostapenko in 2. 15 seed Angelique Kerber and Magda Lynette, we go Kerber in 2. Elizabeta Cacciaretto and Irina Camelia Begu, we go with Begu in 3. Maja Cholinska in 28 seed. Alison Risk, we're going to go Risk in 3. Diane Parry and Mai Hantamaya, we're going to go with Hantama in 3. Caroline Garcia in 10 seed. Emma Raducanu, we're going to go Raducanu in 2. Pana Udvardi in 24 seed. Elise Mertens, we're going to go Elise Mertens in 2. Dama Gaffi and Keja Juvad, we're going to go with Gaffi in 3. Katarzyna Kawa in 3 seed. Ons Jabor, we'll go Jabor in 2. 5 seed Maria Sakari and Victoria Tomova, we'll go Sakari in 2. And Keong Wong and Heather Watson. That's going to be a good one, low-key. No one's talking about that, but I think that's going to be a good match. I'm going to say Heather Watson wins that in 3. All right, now I'm going to go over the tee times for the John Deere Classic, which begins tomorrow at the TPC Deere Run in Illinois. So, tee time, 7:45. I'm just going to go through notables. Taylor Moore, Brandon Hagee, Alex Smalley, Maverick McNeely, Emiliano Grillo. 7:56, Kramer Hickok, D.A. Points, Wesley Bryan. 8:07, Adam Schenk, Bo Van Pelt, Scott Stallings, Chasen Hadley. 8:18, Cam Davis, Nate Lashley, Michael Thompson, Brandon Gay. 8:29, Richie Wierenski, JT Potson, Andrew Landry. 8:40, Patton Kazir, Nate Taylor, Martine Laird, Chesner V, Adam Long, Robert Streb. 8:51, Vincent Willey, Adam Cook, Nate Watley, Kevin Strillman, Rory Sabatini. 9:02, Sam Ryder, Dylan McCarthy, Vincent Taylor, Greg Chalmers, James Hahn. 9:13, Matt Wallace, Adam Putnam, Mark Hubbard. 9:24, Bryce Carnett. 9:35, Adam Svensson. 9:46, Cam Thompson. 9:57, nobody of significance. 1:10, Brian Storer, Adam Hadwin, Sodi Kodiara. 1:21, Henry Higgs, Matthias Schwab, Davis Lipsky. 1:32, Stefan Jaeger, Ben Martin, Peter Malnati. 1:43, Lucas Griffin, Chengson Pond, Webb Simpson, Jason Day. 1:54, Tyler Duncan, Sahith Thiglia, Charles Howell III, Brent Snecker, Brendan Todd, Matt Trainer. 2:05, Jason Duffner, Zach Johnson, Lucas Glover, Dylan Fratelli. 2:16, Patrick Rogers, Roger Sloan, Jonas Blixt, Ryan Moore. 2:27, Henrik Norlander, Camilo Vegas, Max McGreevy. 2:38, Trey Mullinax, Doc Redmond. 2:49, along with Lucas Hodges, EJ Tran, and Imran Lahiri. Scott Brown. 3 o'clock, Grayson Sig, Andrew Novak. 3:11, Bo Hogg, Paul Bargen, Ben Coles. 3:22, Dolly Vanderwalt. And that's it among notables. And the funny thing is that there's not that many monster names in there. So, the pick for the John Deere Classic, I'm going to go with somebody that needs to get back on the map, I think. He's 22-1 to win the tournament. So it's the second best odds and a tie. I'm going to go with Jason Day. I think it's good value at 22-1. So I'm going to lay a fifth of a unit on Jason Day at 22-1 to win the John Deere Classic. Now I'm going to do my NBA offseason predictions. I will go through every team and make predictions for every team. The Atlanta Hawks, I have them signing Malik Monk. I think they need a energy guy off the bench that could produce and score double-digit points per game for them. The Boston Celtics, I have them signing T.J. Warren. I think that he'd be a good fit for that team. I think that they missed a guy that can come off the bench and provide some scoring for them in their run to the finals. So I like T.J. Warren from Boston to come off the bench for them. The Brooklyn Nets trade Kyrie Irving to the Los Angeles Lakers for Russell Westbrook. I don't know if they'll keep Westbrook, but I think that Kyrie may not want to be in Brooklyn anymore and maybe away from Durant and with LeBron or reunited with LeBron, so I could see that. The Charlotte Hornets acquired Miles Turner from the Indiana Pacers for Miles Bridges in a sign-and trade with maybe a pick swap in there as well. I like that a lot for both sides. The Chicago Bulls re-signed Zach LaVine to the max contract. I like that for them a lot. The Cleveland Cavaliers trade Colin Sexton to the Dallas Mavericks for Josh Green and a first-round pick. I like that deal for Dallas. They need a point guard because, spoiler alert, I do not have Jalen Brunson going back there. And speaking of the Mavericks, they're next. I have them signing Bruce Brown in free agency. I like that signing potentially for them. Off the bench, score, and can do some stuff. The Denver Nuggets will extend Nikola Jokic. They need to do that. This kind of reminds me of Giannis with the Bucks and Curry with the Warriors when they were up for extensions. They just did it ASAP. The Detroit Pistons will sign Thaddeus Young. They need a veteran type of player on the team who could help them. I think Detroit wants to sort of win now, so I like the idea of Thad Young there. The Golden State Warriors will re-sign Kevin Looney. I like Kevin Looney a lot. He is a super solid player. And, let's face it, he was the starting center on a team that won the championship. So, got to give credit to where credit's due, and I think he might want to go back there. The Houston Rockets will sign Tyus Jones. They need a backup point guard on that team or a guy that can occasionally start, and I like the idea of Tyus Jones there in Houston with that young core. The Indiana Pacers will trade Malcolm Brogdon. I'm going to say that Brogdon lands with the Memphis Grizzlies to pair with John Morant, and maybe they send back Desmond Bane or some other stuff that they have, maybe some of their picks that they just drafted in the draft. So I'm going to say Malcolm Brogdon gets traded to the Grizzlies. The Los Angeles Clippers will sign Gary Payton II. I like the idea of Gary Payton on that team coming off the bench, providing defense and threes for them. The Los Angeles Lakers will sign DeLon Wright. I like this fit a lot for the Lakers. A guy that just can come in off the bench and provide some minutes. Veteran. The Memphis Grizzlies will re-sign Kyle Anderson. I like Kyle Anderson a lot. A good wing player for them. Could start or come off the bench. The Miami Heat will acquire Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz for Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and multiple first-round picks. The Milwaukee Bucks will re-sign Dante DiVincenzo and will take whatever it takes to do so. The Minnesota Timberwolves will sign Nick Claxton. I feel like they need a center of some sort to play with Towns, or a guy can just back up or come off the bench or whatever. The New Orleans Pelicans will give Zion Williamson a max extension. They won't give a crap about injury, and they'll sign their guy to a big money deal. The New York Knicks, it's inevitable. They'll sign Jalen Brunson. All the signs are pointing to that happening. And there's a reason why they cleared all this cap space for a guy that's just a winning player. Wherever he goes, he wins. He was the best player on the Villanova team that won the title. He was the second best player on the team that went to the conference finals a year ago with Dallas. And in theory here, he'd be the second or third best player on this Knicks team, depending on what happens with Julius Randle. The Oklahoma City Thunder will sign Ricky Rubio to be a backup point guard. I like the idea of Rubio on the Thunder. The Orlando Magic will re-sign Mo Bamba despite not giving him the qualifying offer. The Philadelphia 76ers will sign PJ Tucker. There's a reason why they cleared up cap space and traded away Danny Green. And in theory, Danny Green's now in Memphis, or maybe they trade him to another team, but maybe he or Kyle Anderson would, in theory, come off the bench, as I have them acquiring Brogdon from Indiana. The Phoenix Suns will sign and trade the Andre Ayton to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Poku and picks. I don't know which picks to be exact, but I'm going to say maybe their 2024 first round, maybe protected, maybe another protected first, Poku, and maybe Lou Dort or something like that for Phoenix. The Portland Trailblazers will extend Anfernee Simons. This feels inevitable to me. And by the way, the Ayton to the Thunder thing, I know a lot of people think that the Thunder don't want to be good because they want to tank for like Guy Victor. I don't know his last name, that's coming into the draft next year. But if you're the Thunder, you have to do something with the cap space you have. And then Simons needs to be extended by the Blazers. No ifs, ands, or buts. The Toronto Raptors will acquire Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz for OG Anunoby and picks. I love that possible deal for the Raptors. They need a center so bad, and OG wants out of there anyway, so he'd be a good asset to go back there. The San Antonio Spurs will trade DeJounte Murray to the Atlanta Hawks for John Collins and multiple first-round picks. DeJounte's been in trade rumors for a while. You heard this trade rumored by Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher, and I could see it from both sides. The Sacramento Kings will sign Gary Harris. So they need some shooting off the bench, don't they? Or Gary Harris can, in theory, start. The Utah Jazz will sign Isaiah Hartenstein to replace Rudy Gobert. And the Washington Wizards, breaking news right now, Bradley Beal's opting out, coming from Woj at the time of the recording, will sign Bradley Beal to the max. And then he gets traded in 2023. But the latter part of this prediction is irrelevant for this, but I'm going to say for the relevant part for this prediction is that they'll re-sign Bradley Beal to the 5-year max there so he can put money in the bank. So there you have it, my 2022 NBA offseason predictions. Nothing super duper crazy. I know some of you guys may be looking forward to a potential Kevin Durant trade or whatever, but no, not on this podcast. He'll stay with the Nets. And one other keynote, I think Mitchell Robinson will stay with the New York Knicks. And there's some other obvious re-signings that some teams have as well. So we'll see which ones come into fruition and which ones do not. Now I'm going to go over today's news and notes very quickly. Giants rookie Kayvon Thibodeau is fully healthy, as he says he's ready to go for training camp after reports he tweaked his hip this spring. So that is good for the Giants. Long list of Tampa Bay Lightning injuries during the playoffs. Nikita Kucherov, MCL sprain. Braden Point, quad tear. And Anthony Cirelli, dislocated shoulder. Yikes. And they make it to Game 6 of the finals against the best team in hockey. Good on the Lightning. There's optimism that Bryce Harper will only miss around 6 weeks after his thumb surgery. That is great news for the Phillies. There's a growing feeling that Evgeny Malkin will not be resigning with the Penguins next season. Oof. That would be a gigantic free agent loss for Pittsburgh. Gonzaga and Michigan State are finalizing plans to play on an aircraft carrier in San Diego on November 11th. That's according to John Rothstein of CBS. That's crazy, and that would be a great game. Freddie Freeman is changing his representation after telling friends he's angry with how his free agency talks played out. So he fired his agent. Aja Wilson was emotional discussing public photos of Brittany Griner being detained in Russia. I mean, I don't blame her. I mean, everybody misses Brittany Griner. Terry McLaurin earns $71 million as he agrees to a 3-year extension that includes a $28 million signing bonus, largest ever for a wide receiver. That's crazy, and good on the Commanders for locking him up. Kyrie to the Lakers may not be over, as high-ranking people believe that a move to the Lakers is not done after reports of heavy mutual interest. That'd be very interesting. Russell Westbrook will pick up his $47.1 million option to return to the Lakers next season. Now the question is, do they trade Russell Westbrook? Zach LaVine likely to get the max, as the Bulls are expected to move quickly to hammer out a long-term max contract with Zach LaVine. They need to re-sign him. The Minnesota Timberwolves extend Taurean Prince to $16 million. That's good for that team. So the New York Knicks trade away Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks to the Pistons, unloading $19 million in salary cap to clear the way to sign Jalen Brunson. So they dump those two players, attach a couple second-round picks to it. They got to sign Brunson. I love Jalen Brunson. He's a great player. The Knicks are going to overpay him, but sometimes you have to overpay to get what you want in sports. I mean, you see it in every sport. The Yankees overpaid for Garrett Cole. The Yankees are going to overpay for Aaron Judge. And now the Knicks are going to overpay for Jalen Brunson, who's obviously not as talented as a superstar player, but he's still a young player. And I always say you're paid on future projections, not past performance. So Brunson, the arrow's pointing up for him, and there's growing resignation in Dallas that the Knicks are Jalen's top choice and inevitable destination. And according to Chris Haynes, the Knicks are expected to offer a 4-year deal with $110 million. And Dallas's offer to re-sign Brunson will likely be around $22 million a year over a 5-year deal. Archie Bradley out 4 weeks after suffering an elbow fracture from jumping over a dugout railing during the brawl. So that is a brutal loss for the Angels. You lose one of your better relief pitchers because of that brawl. Vlad Guerrero Jr. won't do the home run derby as he turns down the invite to protect left wrist from another flare-up. Smart move by Vlad Jr. And Aaron Judge was awfully smart for turning the invitation down as well. The Utah Jazz to hire Will Hardy as its next head coach makes sense. Good hire. Will Hardy was the right-hand man for Ime Udoka in Boston, and I think he'll do a good job with the Jazz. Kyrie Irving calls out Stephen A. Smith as he responds on Twitter after Stephen A. called him a peon. Yikes. And sports related, Mayor Adams says that Rudy Giuliani should be investigated for falsely reporting assault by SI supermarket employee. And then Giuliani fires back and says the mayor is an idiot for suggesting he be arrested over an SI slap. All right, so we didn't do primary results today. We'll get to that on the podcast tomorrow because we don't have a lot of time today. So, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So, I've been on a hot run with betting the under in the Dodgers-Rockies game. And I'm considering doing it again. It's minus 102, though. So I don't have to pay as much juice to get it. I'm just going to do it again, see if the third time's a charm as well. So, under 11 between the Rockies and the Dodgers. I just think that's too high of a number. All right, so that's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the results from today's games. We'll get to everything tomorrow. Obviously, news notes. We'll do primaries tomorrow. And best bet. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.